we have 2 players on each side. So, one of my faults, I think, is that I have told you where to move, but I have not quite told you why. And my hope is, if you understand why, then we will do this a little bit better. So, one of the adjustments we have worked on has been this idea of, let's say, the player here on the left is serving, this person moves in, and this person moves back. And then, as the ball crosses this way, this person moves back, and this person moves up. But the question is, why? So, what we're going to do is we're going to focus first of all on the areas in which we are weakest at doubles. So, because there's 2 players on each side, it is going to be tough to get an angle that this player cannot get to. It's possible, but it's tough. It at least has to be worked on. Also, if this person is paying attention, down the line is going to be tough. And even down the middle, if this person can't get to it, this still isn't that far for this person. So, the area of weakness is going to be found right here. Okay? That also means the area of weakness is right there for your opponent as well. So these are the areas of weakness. The idea is we've got to figure out a way to get a ball going this direction that cuts deeper into the area of weakness. So, how do we do this? Well, this player here is going to have a very difficult time ever hitting this ball like this. That is why, when it comes to this player here, I say this player needs to always go across court, because you're not going to be able to hit the area of weakness from right here. And if you hit to the net person can attack this area of weakness as such. So, the goal here is to keep it away from this player so he can't hit your area of weakness. And to keep it back to this player, because as long as this player has it, they can't hit your area of weakness. So why do these players need to keep moving up and moving back? Well, from this perspective here, you cannot hit the area of weakness unless you are up towards the net. If you are this deep, which is where a lot of us are standing currently, if you are this deep, this angle becomes impossible, especially if this person is doing half what they're supposed to do. So, what this person has to do is this person needs to cut in so you can hit the area of weakness. So why then do I tell this person to go back? This person goes backwards to cover that area of weakness. However, let's say, so you go here, it comes back to this person here. As long as we have, now when it's back to this person here, if this person remains in this position, there's no way now they get to hit the area of weakness. It doesn't work. So, as the ball goes from this player to this player, this one cuts back in to hit the area of weakness. This one backs up to hit this area here. So, for those of you that don't like the net, though it feels good standing right here, though it feels nice, this is 100% every single time a defensive position. There's no way you're ever going to be offensive. The only thing you can do is if they hit it here, you can maybe get it back to this person. But again, that's still a very defensive position. You're doing very little. So, you pull it in to hit the area of weakness, and then as we shift, when the ball goes back this way, this person now steps up so they have the opportunity to hit the area of weakness as well. So, let's now go to something that is happening. So let's say this person is a particularly weak volleyer, and this person keeps hitting it directly at this person. One particular strategy may be to move backwards. That is okay. Let's say you now move back in this formation. This formation is okay, but here's the problem. You can't hit this area of weakness. It's hard to hit the area of weakness from here. Not impossible, but it's hard. And now your area of weakness is going to change to this region and this region. So you have this region and this region that you now have to cover. this region, because now going down the middle, you are going to have to communicate to cover this. And this region now, because you're going to be very susceptible, especially if this person ever gets it. Now all they have to do is dink it over the net to go here. So this is why this is not a primary formation. I'm not a huge fan of this formation, just simply because this leaves you significantly more vulnerable, as you see this one here. However, if they are consistently attacking you, then this is the formation you move to. It's just important to now know how you guard against it. What you need to do to guard against this one is, first of all, you need to make sure that both of these players are ready to move forward. That is key. The other thing you have to worry about is going to be the cover on the other ball. So let's say this person hits a ball that moves this player this way. Now, these two players have a very easy area of weakness. That is a very safe area of weakness to hit into. So if this person is not doing their job in covering, then again, this formation fails. So I don't mind if both of you go backwards. But if both of you go backwards, you have got to figure out and prepare for covering this formation, because this is a very easy shot to move someone this far wide, and then this is now a very easy area point of weakness that this person is going to have to move over to cover. Now, let's say you are back this way, and being back this way, so you're back here, how do you hit your opponent's area of weakness? Because the only way you can hit this angle is if this player is moving out this way, which creates a huge area of weakness here. What you have to do is you have to use the angles to get this player in position that they can hit this. And again, this is one of the things that we're not doing well. This person, let's say this person enters into a cross-court rally. We are hoping that at some point in time we are going to get a short ball. And if there is a short ball on this half of the court, this person is going to have to move up and take it to the point of weakness. If this person does not move up and hit this to the point of weakness, then these two are completely at the disposal of whatever these two guys want to do. The only way they would ever win a point is if this side misses. If this person does not take a short ball to the point of weakness. If you are also back, the other option you have is you could develop a new point of weakness. So this could look like a lob that goes here, over this person's head, causing this person to move here, this person to move here, and you have now developed a new point of weakness this way, or maybe a point of weakness this way. Regardless, you have to hit this initial shot here, and then be ready to attack here. One of the key points we also talk about is going to be, what happens if both come up? Now this is a good strategy, because what this does is this creates your point of weaknesses now opposite. Your point of weaknesses are going to be here. Forcing this player here, if they want to hit a good shot, they're going to have to go over these two people's heads to get this point of weakness. It is significantly harder to go over two people's heads to hit a point of weakness than to go at their feet to hit weakness, or to have this person step up and go in between. So for these two here, especially if they can hit good overheads, and especially if they communicate so that this middle part doesn't become a point of weakness, then the only point of weakness they have is that someone goes over their head. That's why that strategy is like you and your doubles team have. So I oftentimes tell you that you need to talk before points. Well, what that conversation needs to be is that conversation needs to be what are we trying to do here? How are we going to go about to win this point? I see three options that I want you to use in your brain, and they're going to go in order in which I want you to try them. So option 1 is going to be the option you should go with the most. Option 2, the second most, and option 3 is going to be what you're going to go for the least, but I still want you to go for it. Option 1 is just the very basic, attack this point of weakness here. Use this person communicate back and forth. This person hits here. When you get a ball in the middle, this person steps up and takes it down to the point of weakness. This is the primary strategy in which I tried to coach up so far. This idea of going cross court, this person cutting in and attacking it here. Okay? So your primary strategy is going to be what we worked on the entire semester, hitting this point of weakness with the net guy, while this person keeps it cross court. If the ball crosses a little bit to the middle, that still allows this person to move and take the ball. That's why we work on poaching, is so you can attack that weakness by just slightly moving there. But let's say either one, this person doesn't like to volley, or two, you're not getting this opportunity. This guy here is too good and you cannot get this cross-court shot. Your option two is going to be the idea of a manufactured weakness. And what a manufactured weakness is going to be is you do something to change up the dynamics of how these two guys are situated, so you create a new weakness. This would be the example of lobbing this guy here. So this one has to come here, and this one moves here. So now you have a new weakness point of here. It could be that you draw this person to the net, and hit down the middle to make them close in, and then hit wide. It could be that you pull this person wide, let this person cover, so you pull this one wide, and then step up and take that ball here. Or if you notice that the other person's not covering, then you pull this person wide, and then you step up and hit right down the middle. All of those work. That is creating a new weak point. And if you can do that, then that's a good option as well. So if you were playing against a person, like let's say this person's really solid, but you notice this person's bad or not moving, then move this person and then attack this one. That's manufactured weakness. And then option three is going to be a forced error. And what I mean by a forced error is this is going to be where you put pressure probably on the net person and try to force them into missing a shot. So you get a ball here, and instead of moving it this way hoping this guy can step over, you just plow this ball right at the net person. Now, I say this is option three because there are some of you that do this way too much. That you attack this person and then they burn you because as soon as you attack this person they can get the weakness. But there's some of you that do not attack this person ever and are only going here. And you need to throw this one in too. The key with all of this though is communication. If you're going to attack this person, your teammate needs to know so they can cover this weak spot better. One is going to be hitting the weak spot. The normal primary strategy where you go deep cross court, when the ball comes back, this person cuts it off and puts it there, into this weak area right here. Option two, you manufacture a new weak spot. So you lob and get this person to move and this person to move. Or you go wide and leave this open. Or you go wide and then attack down the line. Something along those lines where you think in a 1, 2, 3 shot combo, trying to get them out of position. 3, you go directly at the net person or directly at this person, hoping to force the error. They need to of what is successful. But communicate about those options. So if you get into a match and you say, listen, I see this player keeps cheating, I think we can manufacture this weak spot here by going here, then here. Or I look at this and this person keeps leaving the ball in the middle, I'm going to be able to do option A and take this ball that's sitting in the middle and put it in the weak spot. In addition to this, if you are playing a team and they keep exploiting this area right here, that means this person needs to get back better. Again, it's not necessarily a level of is it bad or is it not bad. It's just this person needs to make that adjustment. If they keep manufacturing a weak spot here by drawing you in and then pushing you here, then you need to make, you need to have that conversation and tell your partner, you need to cover this ball because they're making a weak spot here by doing this. Hopefully this is helpful.